Hi guys, this is a revision video about how and why objectives change, and it relates to the Pearson IGCSE Business course. So the first reason why business objectives might change is they might change due to external reasons, and these are reasons outside of the business that they have no control over, okay? The second reason might be for internal reasons, and these are reasons inside the business that are within the business's control. So starting with those external reasons, first one might be market conditions, okay? So that relates to the size of the market. Is it getting bigger? Is it getting smaller? It also might relate to things like the actions of competitors, whether competitors are releasing new products that have slightly different unique selling points. It might be a change in income, okay, people's incomes might be going up, they might be going down, and also interest rates, okay, so if interest rates are low, we might see an increase in consumer spending because they're more able to borrow money. Second reason could be technology, okay, so firms wanting to use and adopt more technology. So over the last 10 to 20 years, we've seen a lot of firms maybe shut down their physical stores and move online, okay? And in the next 5 years, we might see firms also wanting to use and adopt things like the metaverse. Legislation, okay, so laws introduced by the government, they may also influence a business's objectives. So at the moment, we're seeing lots of social distancing laws that have been introduced, especially in things like restaurants. And that's meaning that restaurants are not able to operate at 100%. So they might want to change their objective to something like survival and to break even rather than to increase their profits. Looking at those internal reasons now, okay, it could be the performance of the company, okay, so if a company is profit making and it's making lots of profit, then it might want to change its objective to growth, okay, to open new branches, to open new stores. However, if the business is struggling and it's a loss-making business, they might want to survive and just to break even. Could also relate to a change in leadership, okay, e.g. Thinking back to Apple and the death of Steve Jobs, okay. When a new leader comes into a firm, they might have their own set of objectives that they want to achieve. Need to innovate, okay, so we're thinking about maybe a company like Nintendo, okay. Nintendo is not as big a company as Sony and Microsoft, so one of the things they really need to focus on as a business is to provide very innovative games consoles. Could also relate to the ambitions and the vision of the company, okay, so for example, it might be an ambition of a company to become a multinational, okay, it might be an ambition of a company to start opening and developing franchises, which is a very quick way of making a business grow. So here's one example of a question that you might get relating to this topic. Explain one reason why a business might change its objectives. Okay, so the way we do this, okay, we have to give our points, okay, and that is going to be the one reason why a business might change its objectives. Then what we have to do is we have to further explain that point using a connective, okay, and we have to have 2 connectives in total to get the 3 marks. We can use words like because, this leads to, therefore, this results in, leading to, consequentially, and in turn, okay, to further explain that one point. So if you want to have a go at this question, okay, just pause the video. But here is my answer, okay. One reason why a business might change its objectives is because of its financial performance. This is because it might be suffering from a decrease in revenue and a loss in sales. Therefore, the business may wish to change its objective to focus on survival and cost cutting. Okay, remember, financial performance, that was one of those internal reasons why a business might change its objectives. Okay, here's another example. Okay, explain one reason why a business might change its objectives. So same question, but let's have a look at another way we could do this, because there's many different ways we can answer this question. So one reason why a business might change its objectives is because of the actions of its competitors. Okay, so this time we're looking at an external reason why a business might change its objectives. This is because competitors may have imitated and copied a business's unique selling point. In turn, a business may wish to create new objectives to differentiate itself from its competitors. Okay, so another example of 3 marks there. Okay, we've got our points, which is they might want to change their business objectives because of what their competitors are doing. We've explained it because the competitors may have imitated and copied that business's unique selling point, and in turn they might want to create a new objective to differentiate themselves from competitors. Remember, differentiate means providing something different, providing a product or service that is unique and different to competitors. Here we go, we've got a multiple choice question here. Okay, you might want to pause the video, write down whether you think it's A, B, C or D. Which one of the following is an example of an internal factor that can influence the objectives of business? Well, market conditions, we know that's external. Legislation that comes from the government, that is obviously outside of a business's control, so again it is external. And the actions of competitors are again outside of the business's control, and they are external. So we know that the answer is C. How businesses might react to the economic climates. Okay, well, there's one key term here that I want to go over, and that is retrenchment. Okay, so retrenchment is when a business downsizes the scale of its operations, e.g. by decreasing the range of products it sells or maybe closing some of its stores. Okay, so with the current pandemic and with maybe the loss of sales that has brought to many businesses, especially businesses on the high street and physical stores, we're seeing a lot of businesses at the moment change their objectives, and they're looking to retrench. They're looking to maybe downsize, close some of their stores and move more of their business online. And that is due to maybe the market shrinking and the negative economic climate we're seeing at the moment. Just to wrap up this topic, here are some targets for growing businesses. So a growing business may want to focus on some of the following. Okay, they might want to expand their product range. Okay, and we've seen this from Apple over the last 10 years, making things such as the iWatch and the iPad. They might want to enter new markets, increase sales, increase profits, and they may also want to gain a larger market share. So a great example of this would be Apple when they bought Beats in 2016. Okay, Apple before that only had a 3% market share of the headphone market, but when they bought Beats, that went up to around about 46%. Okay, and that means that Apple, every sale within that market, okay, 46% of those sales are made by customers purchasing Apple headphones. Growing businesses may also want to take over other businesses. They might want to open new stores, and they may also want to increase the size of their workforce. Here are some of the targets for struggling businesses. So they might want to decrease their product range. Okay, remember, the more products a business sells, the greater the cost of things like raw materials. They might want to exit markets. They might not achieve enough sales to break even. Okay, they might want to improve their efficiency. So if they're a manufacturer, such as a car manufacturer like Tesla, they may want to increase their efficiency, maintain market share and not lose it, and also maybe reduce their costs. Okay, remember, going back to what we were talking about with retrenchment. Okay, so one more, explain one reason why a business might set objectives to reduce costs. Okay, again, this is similar to a question you might get in an exam. Okay, if you wish to do this question now, please do pause the video, but I'll go through my answer. Okay, so my point is they might set an objective to reduce costs due to a change in market conditions. Okay, for example, having a high level of competition within their market. Therefore, to remain competitive, a business might want to lower their prices to compete. In turn, a business may have to reduce its costs.